Hello and welcome to 6 Degrees of Feature Film. Forgot a lot of stuff today, so hey, I'm Brienne, also known as Miss Movies. I'm just realizing I got to bring up the chat. Like, Ben is not here. This is a
Ben's not
problem.
here.
This is a problem.
There's a lot that we missed, but I am the awkward banter that award presenters have to do in front of every award. They can't just be
Okay.
like, "These are the nominees." They have to be like, "Hi, so and so, blah 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 blah. Bad joke. I'm so and so, and these are the nominees." So that
Okay.
I'm that
Yes.
awkward banter.
I mean, we had that. We did that for the Schmodown Awards,
We
so we
did.
kind of we know what that's like.
We did.
Also, I forgot to hook this up to the Ethernet, so we'll see if it lasts or if it just goes. And
We may crash
I'm
and
sorry,
burn.
everyone.
This
I
is
don't even
life.
know if my everything is. It's a flustered day. It's a flustered day.
There's a lot
I'm
going
wearing
on.
a wig. Like there's a lot happening.
It's not your real hair,
I'm glad it's not. It's kind of straw like. It's a little too straw. It's a very cheap wig.
but I
It's a
like
cheap
this
wig.
look for you.
Okay, like the black hair or
Yeah,
okay.
I like
Mm,
that look. I do like the bangs. I feel like if
mhm.
it was longer, a little bit longer, you'd be like the perfect 90s chick.
Yes.
Like
Well,
you'd be
it's a
like the
Pulp
girl at a party
Fiction
that
type
everyone
wig.
wanted to talk to.
Yes.
Right, right,
I
exactly.
bought this to do like Sally Bowles cosplay from Cabaret.
Ah,
So
okay,
that's where
okay.
this started. That's the iteration of this.
But
If you're in the
instead,
chat, if you could help us out, just let us know. Like, is it sounding okay? We didn't do chat. Like, this is
we didn't do
it's a
no,
lazy
no,
day.
no. It's a lazy day. It's a we're winging it kind of
Yeah,
day.
that's right.
Yeah.
All right. So
What are we talking about
what
though?
we're talking about is Oscar noms. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. I kind of like my nail polish, by the way.
Oh,
So
it's like
Oscar
metallic-y.
noms today. We're
Mm.
talking about. Normally, we take one film and show how 6 other films link up to it in some random way, shape, or form. But today, we're going to be talking about at least 6 categories, maybe more, of the Oscars, and
Who
just our thoughts
knows?
on those. Because a lot of times we talk about old films, and it's nice to talk about newer films
Yes,
to show that we are in the know.
we are in the know. There's a few of these I
Sometimes
haven't seen though. I do need to admit
few I
that to
have
people,
not seen as well.
but
And
it's
I think
okay.
that's very human
Yeah.
to not have seen all of the nominations. So,
Yes.
hey,
Mhm. Hey,
you know,
it's a
that's how it
different kind
goes.
of show, you guys.
You want to
Different kind of
start
show.
us off with the first thing that we're going to be talking about
I
for Oscar
do.
nominations?
We are going to be talking about visual effects.
Okay.
So, what's nominated this year? Let's see. Blade Runner 2049, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, Kong Skull Island, Star Wars The Last Jedi, and War for the Planet of the Apes. Brian, have you seen all of
Okay,
these?
I have the
Oh,
only one out of those that I have not seen is Kong Skull Island. So I've seen
mm,
everything else. No, actually, I have not seen War for the Planet of the Apes, which I do want to see, but I haven't seen Dawn of the Planet of the Apes or
mm,
yeah,
Rise.
Rise is the first one and then Dawn, although it should have been Dawn then Rise.
Yeah,
I'm
which
It's
makes no
really
sense.
frustrating to me. So I'm just going to have to let that go, but I have not seen Dawn, so I need to see that and then I can see this. That's
Okay.
where I'm at. That's
I've
where I'm
seen
at.
so I have seen everything but War of the Planet of the Apes. I
Okay.
did see Kong Skull Island mainly because of Tom Hiddleston
Yes.
and John C. Riley. John C. Riley was actually very funny in that movie, but they did have good visual effects. I really liked the
Mhm.
fight scenes in it. I like Kong. They have got like skull crawler creature things in there. That's cool. It's a giant. It's like I'm trying to think of what's like an example of where they have like giant bugs or something in a movie.
Eight-legged good freaks or Starship Troopers?
It's like Jumanji kind of, but they
Okay.
take it in a very serious manner because everything just keeps coming up. You know, it's not just
Mhm.
Kong on the island. Everything is big.
Got it. So it's a
Get it?
giant. It's like when Mario goes giant in Super Mario Brothers.
Sure,
Yes.
sure.
Okay.
Mhm.
Everything
Mhm.
else
Yeah.
then goes giant as well.
Yeah. Everything else, all the story and everything, I didn't care about in the movie, but the visuals were pretty cool. The
Okay.
visuals in Blade Runner, gorgeous. But that's,
Out of all the ones that I've seen, I would pick Blade Runner
I
mainly
think
because
so.
I just felt so invested and into that world, and I thought it was fascinating. I loved the part with Elvis
Mhm.
and seeing all the different Elvi. I don't know
Mhm.
what we would call it. Multiple Elvises.
Elvi, I
Elvises.
like that.
We'll go with Elvi.
Elvi.
so,
All the Elvi. That's our new podcast name.
and I liked things like his. I don't know what would you call his girlfriend?
His
What would you
robe,
call
his
her?
AI girl, Samantha. It's her.
Oh, okay, Samantha.
This is her 2049.
Got it. Yeah, that kind of is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
So I out of these I would pick Blade Runner,
Me
and
too.
maybe second to that would be Star Wars for me.
Mm.
I don't know. I thought Guardians was
yeah.
great. I mean, I always like Guardians. It's a little too bright for me in terms of visual effects, but that's just because I'm picky.
Yeah, like when he went to his world,
Kurt Russell's
like
planet.
self-made planet
Mhm.
world thing. I thought it looked a little too. I mean, I know it is fake, but I feel like it looked too beautiful to be real. I wanted it to more look like a forest kind of, or like a blue lagoon or like an island or something. But it was too like a video game looking, I thought. So I didn't really like his planet, and we were on that for a lot of the time. So
we were there a little long.
Yeah, we were there for a while. But yeah, so Blade Runner 2049, and then either Guardians or Star Wars after that.
So I think we're both on the same page for that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna circle it because if I ever have to do if I'm going to any sort of Oscar party, maybe I am. I'm not sure what I'm doing this year. Then I'll already have my picks.
Yeah,
there
you
go.
You gotta predict, and then if you're right, you get a prize at the party.
Yeah, but at the same time, your prediction might not be what you want to win, right?
Right.
Because but although I would predict Blade Runner for this, and I also want that to win.
Right.
Because sometimes like you want something to win, but you predict something else is going to win because of the fact that you know kind of how it works.
Yeah. Yeah.
And what campaigns go into it and all that good stuff. Let's go to the next one.
Okay, cool.
Which we have to go to our next thing.
Original score?
Original song.
Original song.
Yes.
Okay. Let's see. What are the nominations? Go ahead and read those off.
And the nominations for original song are This Is Me, The Greatest Showman, Stand Up for Something from Marshall, Remember Me from Coco, Mystery of Love from Call Me By Your Name, and Mighty River from Mudbound.
I have only seen Coco out of all these films, so that's my pick.
Let's see. I have seen Mudbound, I've seen Coco, and I've obviously seen The Greatest Showman.
Yes.
Here's the thing. Even if I haven't seen the films, I always go onto YouTube and I search for the song so I can listen to the whole thing. So I've listened to all of these songs. And for me, it comes down to This Is Me and Remember Me. And I don't know. I think I might predict This Is Me, mainly because it's just so catchy and it's about like, accepting who you are and not caring what other people think. And I like the message behind that. And I like Remember Me, but I find that the only part that I really remember about Remember Me is that saying, remember me. Like, that's it. That's all I remember from that song. Not that that matters to the Academy, but I don't know. I really did love the other songs as well. I just don't know. Mighty River you might hear on the radio. Mary J. Blige's song.
Maybe.
But I don't know if you hear the others on the radio. This Is Me, maybe, but I don't. It is the #1 iTunes album.
Oh, I bet. Is that all because of you? Have you
it's
bought it that
me.
many times?
I bought them all. So all 20,000 million of them.
That is
That's how
a number.
That works.
That is a real number. I'm gonna circle Remember Me for Coco just because it's the only one I've seen. So that's my prediction for what I want to win. And I feel like they always go with the animated films, unless there's like a truly moving power ballad. But I don't remember any of the others being a truly moving power ballad.
I was really hoping that
like
just
Glory.
Every song from The Greatest Showman was, nominated, and then Remember Me. That would have been great.
Okay.
That would have been great.
I know it's what you want.
Because I like Never Enough. I think that one's the power ballad that's like, whoa, this is a great song.
What's the one that's like, this is the greatest show?
That's the opening one. That one's really good too.
What's that one called?
It's called The Greatest Show.
The Greatest Show. Okay. That's the only one I know.
But Come Alive's really good. And From This Day On, From Now On, I should say, not From This Day On. Those are really good. Same with I'm not thinking of it right now. I'm thinking it's the bar scene. The Other Side. There we go. I've got
Okay,
it. It
The Other
finally came
Side.
to me. Thanks for waiting.
There
I'm
you
sorry
go.
for that awkward pause. Anyways,
This is an award show talk, you guys. There's always going to be awkward pauses.
awkward pauses
Award
and
shows
maybe
are
some
full of them.
mistakes. Let's go to original score.
Okay. This one, I have seen all of these movies on original score.
Congratulations.
Mhm.
I have not seen Phantom Thread. Go ahead though.
Phantom Thread. Ooh, that's a doozy that we're going to open up on another day.
Okay.
But oh gosh.
Tell us who's nominated for
It's
original
Dunkirk,
score.
Phantom Thread, The Shape of Water, Star Wars: The Last Jedi, and Three Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. That last one we're going to need to talk about that movie too, because
yes, we do.
that's
We
another
do.
can of worms that I want to open
a
up
big can of
and
worms.
expose myself. I would go with Dunkirk just because it's not just a score; it is an experiment in how can a score drive the movie because it never stops. They never cut off the score.
It's true.
It's constantly going, and they use the sounds of the drums of war. I feel like it's like Pocahontas. They use the sounds of war as part of the score to keep, because it's like a ticking bomb, like tick tock, tick tock. So
yes,
it
that
keeps
ticking
going.
is crazy.
Yeah,
and
it makes you feel.
It does make
the whole
you.
time.
I agree. I
So,
agree with that assessment.
yeah,
I would
think
also pick Dunkirk.
Yeah.
Shape of Water, I don't really remember the score to. Star Wars: The Last Jedi to me just seems like we've been here, we've done this, and that's probably why I'm like, we've done it, we've done it. This is like John Williams got to be what, 51st, 52nd
It's the
Oscar
same-
nomination.
It's Star Wars. It's great. It's beautiful, fine, but let's move on. Let's give it to other people.
Yeah, I guess I'd have to listen to it again to see like, and maybe it's just that bias of I know Star Wars, so I know what the score sounds like, but maybe I really don't. Maybe I'm just saying that because that's kind of what it's been, but maybe it's different. I don't know. I have to listen to it again.
I don't know.
In order to understand if I feel that
Dunkirk is
different.
gonna win, and I want Dunkirk to win.
I didn't even know that Three Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri had a score, so
I didn't notice that
we
at all.
go.
That movie, I have a lot to talk about in
But
that film.
I think the difference is Dunkirk, we recognize the score. The score is almost its own like character in a way.
Right. Yes,
And
I would
think
say
that's
so.
the importance
I think
there.
it's the only character in Dunkirk because
This
all
is
the
only
other
one
ones
with an arc.
we don't know them, and that's the joke, you guys.
That's the
Okay,
the
we're gonna
charm
circle
to that
then.
movie.
All right, what's next?
What's next? Oh, costume design. So you're gonna have to need that paper.
Oh, this
but
is one of my favorite categories.
Here are the nominees for costume design that we are going to discuss: Beauty and the Beast, Darkest Hour, Phantom Thread, The Shape of Water, and Victor and Abdul. Okay, so I have not seen Victoria and Abdul. I have not seen Phantom Thread or Darkest Hour. So I've only seen Beauty and the Beast and The Shape of Water in this. So I really don't have a big opinion on this one. But you saw Phantom Thread. That's about fashion design.
Oh gosh, yes.
Would that be what you would pick personally?
I would say so. This is difficult because I don't think Darkest Hour should have been nominated. It's just it's the 40s. What? Okay, they could have just gotten clothes from any store or whatever. And I'm sure they didn't do that. I'm sure they went into a lot of detail and planning and everything. But sorry, for costumes, I want like a period piece, Marie Antoinette, Elizabeth the Golden Age. We need to create these from scratch, not just he's wearing a suit. I think that's bullshit. I hate that. Sorry, I'm being a costume snob, but I want elaborate. I want petticoats and pintiers and like buttons.
Even Blade Runner 2049.
Oh, I loved the costumes in Blade Runner.
Pick, yeah, I think.
I loved Harrison Ford's gray T-shirt in it. He's just wearing a T-shirt. Good for him. He's just an old man in Vegas hanging out with a bunch of Elvi in
He's like,
t-shirt.
Listen, I'll do this movie if I can do the costumes.
I need to wear my Banana Republic soft T-shirt. All right, Callista got it for me. It's my favorite. Guys, he's married to Callista Flockhart. Yeah, that would be my, because that was the whole point of the film is Phantom Thread. What should win and what I want to win. I didn't see Victoria and Abdul. I'm sure same thing where it's a period piece, costumed drama, and I'm sure that was really great too. The commercials for that or the trailer, every time I'm like, oh, I want to see that movie, but I don't want to see it in theaters. Like I wanted to see it on Netflix or something, you know.
Right.
I'm sure I can still buy it on iTunes. It'll be fine.
At some point. I did like Beauty and the Beast. I mean, but at the same time, they're replicating things that have already
Yeah.
been
Yeah,
kind of.
I'd say that.
So
Like
I don't know.
they designed those costumes when the cartoon came out in
Mhm.
'89.
And some things are different and
95 or
embellishments
whatever.
and stuff. And I recognize the hard work because bringing it to life is not easy.
No, not
Same
at all.
with his, him being the beast and bringing that to life too. So I recognize that there's a lot of detail and more difficult things to do to
Yeah.
take animation to life.
Yeah. Let's not forget Lily James's skirt and top in The Darkest Hour,
Okay.
you guys.
I do
Fucking
like
Oscar
that
nominated.
the gal that is
Worthy.
nominated for costume for Beauty and the Beast is the same one that did The Darkest Hour. So hey Jacqueline,
I'm
good
sure
job,
she's
girl.
talented. I know she's talented. I'm not saying she ain't doing a good job, but she got 2 Oscar noms. So
Good for her.
Good for her. All I'm saying is, yeah, no, Phantom Thread. It's gonna be that. Okay. So we got costume design. What do we want to do next? Production design.
Production design. I'll put that away for you.
Okay. The nominations for this are going to be Beauty and the Beast, Blade Runner 2049, Darkest Hour, Dunkirk, and Shake of Water. You guys, shake it up. Shape of Water. Ooh, this. Okay,
that's hard. If I were to narrow this down, first of all, I'd say Dunkirk and Darkest Hour are my lowest on the list here.
Again, it's just an office, man. Darkest Hour. It's just a fucking office. Why? I'm sorry. I don't think Darkest Hour should be nominated for anything. Maybe Gary Oldman for acting. That's about fucking it. There's nothing extraordinary about that
maybe
movie.
Not even that.
I've seen that movie a million times. I watched The Iron Lady. It's the same fucking story. Okay.
All right.
It's.
I'm glad I've not seen it.
I'm sorry. I'm going off on a rant, you guys. I can't
okay.
stop. Okay, I'm gonna calm down.
You don't have to stop.
It's an office. It's a desk. Whoa, desk. Whoa, production design. No. I will go.
I'm going Shape of Water.
Oh, different.
Wow.
Oh.
I'm gonna circle it. You circle Blade Runner.
Okay,
I got it for you.
Okay,
I got it for you.
Thank you.
I'm going Shape of Water.
I loved the quaintness of Shape of Water's production design, and I loved the elaborateness of Blade Runner 2049.
Yes.
So they're very much different, polar opposites, I would say.
I love, and I've talked about this before with Shape of Water. I really appreciate that it's very much like Pushing Daisies. I really liked Pushing Daisies. And I find Guillermo del Toro's style of doing things is very crisp, if you will. Everything looks very sharp, and I love that. And, he uses a lot of color, but he doesn't it's not like Guardians of the Galaxy where it's really bright colors. Right. It can be muted colors, but it's very rich in color.
Like greens and teals and blue tones. It's very like soothing. Versus
like
this
jewel
is like
tones.
Jewel tones.
Maybe that's one of those.
You know what movie you need to watch?
What movie do I need to watch?
I think it's called. It's not called Farty Pants, but it's like that. You keep talking, and I'm going to figure this out.
Again, Beauty and the Beast. I find that although it's supposed to be designed based on the animation, I find that the production design is actually very much different from the animated source telling, if you will. So I do find it very beautiful. That's another one that I found I wish was more colorful. Again, not more colorful on the Guardians of the Galaxy level, but just more colorful in general, because I felt things were very drab in that world, and it kind of made me sad. But I understand that she's also supposed to pop in the world, so then that's kind of, I don't know, it's really hard. It's really hard when you want things to look nice, but yet you understand that there's a reason why they don't look that way. Plus, his place is supposed to be like run down because it's like, I'm not taking care of this. I'm a beast now. Like, what am I gonna do?
What does he care?
These are all we're gonna turn to stone.
Yeah. Thunderpants is what I was thinking of. Thunderpants is one of those movies where like everything is green in it. And it's set in kind of like the 50s London, in like a school. This little boy farts a lot, and it's like his talent or what, like he's embarrassed about it at first, but then and it's caused all these problems, but then he uses it for good because it takes him to space or something. I don't know, but the entire world is created to where it's very much like whimsical. Or like if you saw that movie Penelope, do you remember that? With Christina Ricci, and she
Yes,
has
she has
like
the
the
pig
pig nose.
nose.
Yeah.
Mhm.
James McAvoy is a love interest in that, by the way.
Aw.
Super cute, right? So it's very much like a fairy tale kind of. So the color
Mhm.
scheme and everything is it's whimsical. It's quaint. It's cute. It's sweet. It's not
Elise
like real
says,
life.
wasn't that Rupert Grint?
It was indeed. Yes, Rupert Grint is in Thunderpants. He plays like his scientist friend or something. I don't know, but
Okay.
it's one of those movies where it's like it's set in like a whimsical little fairy tale kind of world, but not where there's magic. But it's just like Pushing Daisies, where it looks
Mhm.
different. It does
Where did
not
you
look like the
find
real
this
world.
film? How did you come
Talked
across
about
this?
they talked about it on Red Letter Media,
Okay.
and when I saw it, I was like, oh, that's like a Guillermo del Toro film where it's like they
Mm.
make everything so it like everything looks like it's part of that world, not
I
the
love
real
that.
world, you
Yeah.
know?
Cool. I like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm in.
So yeah. Boo to The Darkest Hour. That's everything.
Something The Darkest Hour is not nominated for is film editing.
Good.
And that's our next one that we're going to be going over. What we do have here is Baby Driver, Dunkirk, I, Tonya, The Shape of Water, and Three Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri.
Okay.
God, I don't understand some of the like Three Billboards. I don't get. I get the rest. In fact, Baby Driver is probably my favorite in this category, and I don't like Baby Driver as a whole in terms of a movie.
I agree.
I was just on the fence about it. I didn't love it, and I know that Ben's not here, so we can definitely talk, and he won't interrupt us, which is nice.
Little shit.
But I just didn't like it. I felt it was a music video, and I appreciated it on that level, but I just couldn't. I couldn't get into that world.
I thought that Baby Driver was it was a shtick. It was like, oh, let's set the whole thing to music, to the beat of music and the tone, and the story's going to be pushed by music. And then after all of that, it doesn't really have a story that I care about, and it doesn't make sense. So I wasn't the biggest fan of Baby Driver.
But it's editing.
When I watched
I
it,
will
was fun.
say, top notch.
Yeah, because you have to like be very precise with all of that, and it has to work perfectly.
So
and
I would
like
pick
the whole
that
thing was editing
to win.
I think that's going to win. What I want to win is I, Tonya.
Okay.
And here's why. I, Tonya is one of the most well-rounded overall great films of all the nominees, and it wasn't nominated for Best Picture. And I was
can't
super
stand
disappointed.
That. I don't understand why they allow up to 10, but they're not going to throw in something like I, Tonya. But they're gonna put Darkest Hour.
I'm not gonna go off again, guys.
I'm gonna have to either take off the headphones or take off the wig because it's driving me nuts.
Okay, so take off the headphones. Yeah. Here's why I think I, Tonya should win. I, Tonya, that director had a vision, and every single element and part of the film had to work in order for that vision to come to fruition. So all the actors had to be on the same page about the tone and everything they wanted to do with those characters. The sound design, all the editing, costumes, like everything had to work, because if one element was off, the entire film would have been like, well, this is weird and doesn't work. But because it's like it's a movie about something true that happened, but nobody knows the real truth. So they had
this is definitely not the real truth.
No, this is very much biased towards Tonya Harding, who of course provided her life rights and interviews and unlimited access to Margot Robbie.
She's an unreliable narrator, is what you call her.
Right.
So I don't believe everything that I'm seeing on that screen, but I appreciate it and I understand that at the same time. Yeah. So I get what it's going for.
Right.
Whereas some people might look at that and be like, oh, well, she didn't really think that, there was going to be an assault or whatever. I'm like, I don't know about that, but you know what? Okay.
And I do like they said that they were like, nothing in this movie is true. We don't know what happens. And they presented different options for you of like what the relationships were like, what really happened, what could have happened, what people said happened, because all that is different. So again, I just feel like it's just so well rounded. The performances were amazing. The visuals were great. It was comedic. It was dark. It was great direction in terms of I have this story, I have a vision. It was it is so difficult to bring that different kind of narrative and story to life, and
Mhm.
they just grabbed it. They succeeded, you guys. So it's not nominated for Best Picture when I think it's a lot fucking better than a
It
lot of movies
should be.
that are nominated. So there you go. That's my prediction. Baby Driver will win. I Tonya deserves it.
Let's get into cinematography.
All right.
I, Tanya is also not nominated for cinematography,
Boo.
but we have Blade Runner 2049, Darkest Hour, Dunkirk, Mudbound, and The Shape of Water. And the big story out of this is that a woman is nominated for the first time ever. So congratulations, Rachel Morrison of
Rachel.
Mudbound. I did watch Mudbound. Have you watched Mudbound?
I haven't gotten a chance to see it yet.
It's really good. And I've said this before, probably on this show. The first act is really it drags. But once you get into that second and third act, it's like, ooh, this is getting really good.
Okay.
It has that build. So,
Okay.
or the slow burn, if you will.
Mhm.
So by the end, you're just like, oh, this is a really good movie. So congratulations, Rachel. I hope you win. I do. Yeah, I mean, I think the cinema, not just because you're a woman, but I think the cinematography is really well done in that film.
Awesome.
Again, also Roger Deakins with Blade Runner 2049. I would love to see, and even Dunkirk and Shape of Water. This is again, once again, The Darkest Hour has a big hill to climb here. And I just any one of these could be selected, and I would be happy. But I really do hope it's Rachel. I think it might end up being Roger Deakins, but that's just my
I think that Blade Runner 2049 will win, but I want it's so hard. I let me tell you what I want. I want Dunkirk to win for cinematography, and I want The Shape of Water to win for production design because
okay.
Dunkirk is it's real life. It's war. They're using natural lighting and everything, and to show the entire span of the earth. I guess you got the beach, you've got indoors, outdoors, everything. All the lighting changes. That is truly great cinematography, telling using that to tell a story. Whereas The Shape of Water kind of created its own world, and so I'd want production design more to win for that because it's like they like made their own little world.
Yeah.
But cinematography to me is like you need to light the real world. So that was like Dunkirk for me. I don't know how to put that into better words, but
You know who also missed out on some of these awards for production or costume, I feel, is Ghost in the Shell. I thought they had some really good costume design and some production design.
I liked how everything looked in that movie.
And so I kind of feel bad for them. Yet Darkest Hour, here we are.
Darkest Hour. This is I mean, this is like again, I don't want to go
crap
off
on it, and I haven't even seen it. So
No, I
there we
saw it.
go.
It was bullshit. I was like, what? Who cares about this? Like, yes, it's Gary Oldman doing his Gary Oldman. I'm a veteran actor and I'm going to act my hardest and shake my fist. We will fight in the streets. We will fight in the sewers. Whatever Winston Churchill said. I know he's a very important man and figure in history.
Yes. I'm
But-
glad he got a film. Yes, Janine, Wonder Woman also missed out. I agree. There should have definitely been someone for
Yes.
production design.
Costuming,
For sure.
production design, and cinematography, I feel like
Yeah.
should have been nominated. As an overall film, best film,
I wouldn't put
no,
it in
probably
Best
not.
Picture, but
Wouldn't put it there.
but I put it somewhere.
I put it somewhere. Yeah,
Put it somewhere.
but they didn't give it anything. Instead, they gave it all to The Darkest Hour.
Hashtag
Hashtag
Hour.
Darkest Hour sucks.
Bullshit. Oh, okay.
Okay.
Let's go to documentary
Both.
feature.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Would you like to read off the nominees? For
Sure.
This? Okay.
Abacus, Small Enough to Jail, Faces Places, Icarus, Last Men in Aleppo, and Strong Island. We at first we weren't going to talk about this, but there are two I want to talk about on here. One is Icarus. Now you told me about that movie.
Yes.
And I finally watched it on Netflix. It's available streaming now. Fascinating.
It is fascinating.
Oh my gosh. Don't read anything about it. You don't know sports, whatever. Just watch it. Just watch it. knee deep in Russian
The only other
drama.
one, and we don't really know enough about the rest of the nominees, but you wanted to say something about Faces Places. Did you see that? And what can you tell us?
Yeah, so Faces Places is basically two artists. One is a woman, she's in her 80s. The other is a young kind of like street artist. They travel around the world and they meet different people. She takes photographs and he does like murals. And so they are basically discovering art together and
Oh, okay.
expressing themselves together. And
I've
so it's
seen
like
something
different
for this.
yeah,
Yes. Okay.
different viewpoints.
Cool.
So the theater I work for, they were showing it a few months ago, and they're going to do another run because it's nominated and because we love it. It's amazing.
What theater is that?
This is Arena Cine Lounge in Hollywood. It's on Sunset. It's right down the street from Amoeba. So go get some sweet ass music and DVDs and then come down the street and see Faces Places.
MK Songbird
February.
is letting us know that Because Small Enough to Jail is available on Amazon Prime. So if you have Amazon Prime, you can watch that. And also previously said it's really good. So I'm going to have to look into that as well.
Also, the Party Pooper says Jim and Andy doc is great. Yes. Did you see that?
I have not seen that, but I do want to.
It's really good.
I've heard good things as well.
Yes. Very fascinating.
Let's move it on to animated feature, which is kind of a joke. We have The Boss Baby. Guys, my kids like The Boss Baby, but no. The Breadwinner, I have not seen that. Coco, I have seen. Ferdinand, I also have not seen, and I have not seen Loving Vincent, so I don't know why we're talking about this, but I have seen The Boss Baby, or whatever, and Coco. Coco is the obvious front runner for this. Ferdinand, I would really like to see because I loved the storybook. I would teach it in first grade when I taught first grade. We'd read about Ferdinand. And what kept me away from seeing Ferdinand in the theaters is that it's about an hour and 50 minutes, and that's just too long for kids. I just was like, I want to see this, but I can't take my kids to see it. I could rent it so we can stop and we can start at a different spot. But yeah, Lego Batman was kind of snubbed. I don't know why they don't. Even Ninjago. Ninjago's kind of cute and funny too. I don't know why they don't like Lego stuff.
I don't know.
What's the deal?
Because it's not like they're using real Legos. They're just animating Legos, right? So is that why it's like a thing where it's like, oh, it's not available to be nominated or something?
I don't know. I thought they did use real Legos.
Because remember when the Lego movie came out, that didn't get nominated, but the song did.
Real Legos.
Everything is awesome. Everything is cool when you're part of a team. Remember they performed it? That was great. That was great. And Will Arnett's Batman. No parents. That was great. Good times. I loved Lego Batman. I thought it was super cute and funny. I really liked Coco. I didn't see any of this others. And The Boss Baby is like the biggest joke in the Oscars, I feel like.
I love that Lego Batman. His movie collection is basically Ken Knapsack's movie collection. It's like Must Love Dogs and Serendipity and Jerry Maguire. It's just,
Oh my God, is so Ken good. Batman?
Maybe he's Lego Batman. He must be.
He might be Lego Batman. You guys.
We'll have to find out. We're gonna look into this.
This is the mystery solved on this show.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, from unsolved mysteries to solved mysteries.
Yeah,
with you and me.
Oh, okay. Unsolved Mysteries. That was a good show. I used to watch reruns on Lifetime all the time.
Scare me all the time.
That
music is just really creepy. Original screenplay is what we're moving on to next. And I've seen all these movies. What? Okay. The Big Sick is nominated for original screenplay. Get Out, Lady Bird, The Shape of Water, and 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. Gosh, I love The Big Sick. I'm really glad that it got a recognition. I would love it if it won, but I don't think it's going to win. I think this is going to Get Out, actually. I think it's going to go to Get Out.
I think, oh man,
The Shape of Water has some controversy right now behind it, so I don't know
why.
Someone's saying that they plagiarized their work.
Oh man. Well, I haven't
maybe
heard
it was
that.
The person that wrote Splash.
Maybe because that's the same story. I don't Salt in the bathtub, you guys. Salt in the bathtub. I think Get Out definitely deserves it. I'm also torn because I really loved Lady Bird, and I think they're gonna give it to Lady Bird only because Get Out
I
is
love Lady Bird.
considered like a thriller or a horror movie, and the Oscars typically snub those. So I'm thinking Lady Bird. I'm thinking Lady Bird is gonna get it, but I
Okay.
would love to see Get Out win just because A, it deserves it, and B, it would be giving it to someone different than who they normally give it to, which is like a coming of age drama, whatever. Thank
Yeah.
God The Darkest Hour is nominated for this because I would throw a gasket.
Yeah,
Throw a
I really
gasket.
hope Get Out
That's
wins.
not a saying.
Again, I would love Big Sick to win, but I hope Get Out does. I love Lady Bird, so I wouldn't mind it also winning. Pretty much anyone winning here except for Three Billboards, I'd be on board with. I'm not a Three Billboards person.
I'm
I'm
so
not.
over its praise. I'm like, that movie made me so uncomfortable in terms of what these characters are
Mhm.
doing doesn't make sense. They just made an awkward joke. This writer clearly is trying to capture the American Midwest and is not understanding it because he's Irish.
Mm.
And I love his other movies. I'm a huge fan of In Bruges. Apparently, he's done like a bunch of plays that are incredible, but they're all set in like an Irish town, which makes sense
Mhm.
because he knows
He
the
knows the
pacing
Irish.
and the dialogue and everything. And I didn't think that Three Billboards captured that at all. I thought it was
Hmm.
super weird. I didn't like it. That's me. That's my
I
opinion.
also did not like it. But more for the but I do appreciate that it made me feel something. You know what I'm saying? Like I could just
Mhm.
not like it cuz I didn't really like that movie, but I was like, no, I don't like that movie because of these reasons. And like
Yeah.
being able to really formulate an opinion about something, I
Mhm.
think that is important. So I
Mhm.
appreciate the movie for that.
True. True.
Adapted screenplay is what we're moving on to next.
Okay.
Call Me by Your Name, The Disaster Artist, Logan, Molly's Game, and Mudbound. Now, I have not seen Call Me by Your Name, which I am going to do so before the Oscars, and I have also not seen Molly's Game. So, out of the ones that I have seen, I really liked. Oh gosh, maybe Logan, but will Logan get that? I don't know. I don't
Oh
know. I would
man.
love that, but I don't.
I feel like it's gonna be between Logan and the Disaster Artist
Hmm.
because again, Hollywood loves movies about
About
Hollywood.
Hollywood. That's
Um,
true.
and the
I like
Disaster
the
Artist
disaster artist.
is it's interesting because it's so difficult to capture a real life crazy scenario and make it crazy but also funny and not
Hmm.
seem like it's unrealistic, because you watch the film and think this is insane, but I can picture all these characters doing this, and the way they so obviously like how they wrote the screenplay and the dialogue and everything, adapting that story and what really happened into what could be a believable film and translated on screen. I think that's probably the most difficult to do out of all
Hmm.
these films. So that's probably what's going to win. But what I want to win is Logan because, I mean, again, taking all that source material and bringing it to a story that is moving to all kinds of audiences, not just comic book
Right.
fans. That's also difficult. So, yeah.
Yeah. And I think the stuff surrounding James Franco could hurt the disaster artist as a whole, but I
Mm.
don't know. I don't know.
Well,
We'll
you know
see.
what? James Franco is nominated for the screenplay. It's these other
He
people,
didn't
and they
write
worked
it.
real hard. He didn't write it, you guys.
so
So
so there
I don't
you
want to
go.
punish them.
All right, let's go on to the big
Find
ones. So
out.
actor in a supporting role.
Okay.
We have William Dafoe for The Florida Project, Woody Harrelson for Three Billboards, Richard Jenkins for The Shape of Water, Christopher Plummer for All the Money in the World, and Sam Rockwell for Three Billboards. Can I get you to continue
Yes.
for a second?
So I think that oh man, this is tough. I think that they're going to give it to Christopher Plummer because I think they want to recognize him as an actor and say, "Oh wow, you did this in such a short amount of time. This must have been so difficult for you to accomplish." And of course, he's the oldest person to be nominated at 85, so to still be killing it and be at the top of your game when you should be, like in retirement in Florida at the Florida Project, it's probably who they're going to give it to. I would love to see it to go to Richard Jenkins. I loved him in The Shape of Water. I love him in everything. I think he's just a solid, hardworking actor who has never been concerned with being the center of attention or famous. He just picks projects he really likes and does an amazing job every time. So I think it's going to go to Christopher Plummer, but I want Richard to
Mm.
win. So that's my thoughts on actor in a supporting role. Who do you want? Who do you think is going to get it?
Although I did not like the movie, I thought Sam Rockwell did a very good job with what he was given.
Mm-hmm.
And he's gotten a lot of the awards so far.
Yeah.
So I think he might win this.
Has he won an Oscar yet?
That's a great question. I don't know. I don't think so. But
I'm
if
gonna
you're in the
look this up.
chat, you can look him up. Let us know. Or maybe Stacey's going to do it. I'm not sure.
I'm going to do it because I
I'm
cannot.
not sure.
I can't wait.
So yeah, I will. My heart says, oh, but Woody Harrelson was really good too. I guess I'm going Sam Rockwell just altogether. Altogether, he has not won.
Okay.
Rockwell has
He's
not
been
won
nominated,
one.
I'm sure, but
Very good.
he's.
Will you
not
go over
won.
the actresses in supporting
I
role?
will, of course. Actresses in a supporting role: Mary J. Blige, Mudbound; Allison Janney, I, Tonya; Laurie Metcalf from Lady Bird; Leslie Manville from Phantom Thread; and Octavia Spencer, The Shape of Water. This is tough for me because Allison Janney and Laurie Metcalf play two very different mothers.
They do.
So yeah, I want either of them to win.
That's true. I want either one of them to win too. I hope it's Allison Janney though, because she kills it.
I love it. But also Laurie Metcalf kills it though.
She does.
Laurie Metcalf is.
This is a hard one.
Oh, this is tough. I just want it to be mothers. I just want mothers to win and to embrace me in a warm hug.
Mm-hmm.
And I want them to give beautiful speeches the night of the ceremony and just to move us all. And I know either of those women would do it. Oh man, that's tough because they show two polar opposite sides of the spectrum of motherhood and what it means to sacrifice everything for your children, because they both those characters thought that that's what they were doing, but one was obviously horrible and abusive, and the other one is not horrible and abusive, but goes about it in a different way, but it's still tough on her daughter. So it's tough. Yeah, either of those. Who do you think is going to win though? I think Laurie.
Janney.
I think Laurie.
Okay.
I think she's going to get it. And you think Allison, huh?
Yeah.
All right. We'll see.
We will see. Okay.
We will see.
Actress in a leading role: Sally Hawkins for Shape of Water, Frances McDormand for 3 Billboards, Margot Robbie for I, Tonya, Saoirse Ronan, is that how you say it? Lady Bird, and Meryl Streep from The Post. I do want to point out that out of the 10 women that are nominated for an acting award, 8 of them are over 40.
That's
and I
good.
find that to be awesome.
Yes.
So, yay, ladies. Good job.
Yay for maturing gracefully and still killing it
and still
in
getting
every aspect of
great
your life.
roles.
Still getting great roles. Yeah.
Supporting roles. And not just the mom or something. I mean, we do have 2 moms in that, but man, but they were big roles. It's not just like a smaller chorus line cast.
Right.
Anyways, for this, Frances McDormand is really good. Margot Robbie and Saoirse Ronan, I don't know. I really like Margot Robbie.
Everyone in this.
I like everyone.
I didn't see The Post. I feel like I don't want them to give it to Meryl because I'm sure she did a great job, but I think that other people were doing roles that were more of a challenge. I don't know. But it's also a challenge as an actor to do something subtle and to portray a real life person. So I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying about that, but I just want it to be not Meryl because Meryl has a lot of awards.
I don't know.
We all love Meryl and she's great. I hope she doesn't win.
Will.
I'm glad she got a nomination.
I think Frances is going to win, but I kind of want someone else too.
Oh man. You know who I want to win is Margot. Who I want to win. She's not going to win. I want her to win. I think that they're going to give it to Cersei. Her name is not Cersei. This is not Game of Thrones. Saoirse. I think they're going to get, because they love coming of age tales.
Sure.
They love like a dramatic, troubled young woman. They're all about that. So yeah, I wanted to go to Margot. I truly do. I think she did an amazing job. She is much more than a gorgeous movie star. She's a true actress. She's coming into her own. She's producing her own things. She's writing her own things. She's fucking killing it.
Joel McCoy with hashtag not
Hashtag
Meryl.
not
Yeah,
Meryl.
we just don't want it to be. I mean, we love her. It's just-
We love Meryl. She's all of our mothers, you guys.
Let's go to
yeah.
actor in a leading role. You can go ahead and read those off.
Okay. Timothy Chalamet in Call Me by Your Name. Daniel J. Lewis for Phantom Thread. Daniel Kaluuya
his
for Get
Clement?
Out.
Isn't it Clement? I don't know how to say it.
Oh, I thought it was Chalamet.
Did
I totally pronounce it?
That's how you think
Clement?
it would be. I think it's Clement.
Sure. Daniel Kaluuya for Get Out. Gary Oldman for The Darkest Hour. Denzel Washington for Roman J. Israel-esque.
Mhm.
So, oh man, I feel like they may give it to Daniel because he's retiring. Daniel J. Lewis.
Mhm.
It might even be Gary Oldman too, because Winston and I'm in makeup and I'm portraying a real life,
Yeah. This is
person.
one that I've only seen Get Out, so I don't have anything to say about it.
They may give it to
Gary
Timothy.
Oldman has some past issues that have kind of seeped in. That who knows what's going to happen with that. So I don't know. Guys.
I don't know.
Like I said, I've only seen Get Out, so I can't really. I can't weigh in on this one. But
they may give it to Timothy. I'm hoping they give it to Timothy. That's my pick for I hope and I think.
mm-hmm.
Or I
Cool.
want and I think they're going to do it for
I've heard great
to give a
things.
young actor a chance to
Mm-hmm.
have his moments and say you did good, kid. Welcome to the club. Here's your award.
Nice little pat on the back.
Last little pat on the
You
back.
did it.
You did it. You got go picture, kid, as Ken would say. Okay, so what's after that?
Directing Christopher Nolan for Dunkirk, Jordan Peele for Get Out, Greta Gerwig for Lady Bird, Paul Thomas Anderson for Phantom Thread, and Guillermo del Toro for Shape of Water. I love this category because I feel like we've recognized some great people, and gosh, I don't even know who I'd pick. Greta would be great. I love Jordan Peele. Any of these people, I'd be happy for. Has Paul Thomas Anderson won before? Has he gotten
he might have gotten a writing one. I don't think he's
Okay.
won for directing. Phantom Thread. That's again another. There's so many can of worms in these Oscar nominations, guys. I would love for Guillermo to win. I don't know if he's won yet. Did he win for Pan's Labyrinth?
No, I don't
like
think
writing
so.
at least.
Maybe writing. But yeah, I would love for like I said, anyone here I'd be happy for.
They may give it to Nolan because Dunkirk is a director's film. The
Party Pooper says Denis Villeneuve got snubbed. Maybe he did. That is possible. I think it's hard when you have a sequel. Sometimes I think it's hard, but I'm not sure because you're going off of a similar
unless it was
look
like
and
the
style,
Godfather
but
too.
I don't know.
Oh man.
Sometimes that happens. Sometimes that gets in the way. That's all I'm saying.
I think that for directing, they don't necessarily give it to you what's the best film, but it's like who had to hustle the hardest to get their vision to the screen.
Sure.
So I feel like they may give it to Dunkirk because it's like he had to have all the elements going and there was no real character arc or like story. So it was like I want to have the audience feel an emotion and come away with something. So I had to use my directing skills to do all that. Versus other people where it's like the actress and her, character kind of made the film what it is.
Yeah.
Whereas Dunkirk is like, no, that's his movie. Everything in that he had to decide and make it work and make it flow. So maybe Dunkirk might win.
There you go. Let's get to our final category, which is Best Picture with Get Out, Lady Bird, Phantom Thread, The Post, Shape of Water, Three Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri, Dunkirk, Darkest Hour, and Call Me by Your Name. 6, 7, 8, 9. We could have had one more. Could have had one more. Could have been I, Tonya.
Come on. I, Tonya had everything working for it. Let's just take out the Darkest Hour. Let's cross that bullshit off right now.
Oh, gosh.
Oh,
I don't know.
Man.
Okay. I've seen out of these, I've seen Dunkirk, Get Out, Lady Bird, and The Shape of Water, and Three Billboards. I've not seen The Post, Phantom Thread, Call Me by Your Name, or Darkest Hour. So You said you didn't see the post. So okay.
I didn't
So
see
we're
the
both
post.
out on that one.
Did not see Call Me by Your Name either.
Okay. Okay.
Everything else I've seen.
Gosh, it's
man.
hard. This is hard. I think it's probably gonna go to Three Billboards. I may
Oh,
go
if
there.
it does,
might
I'll
go
be
there.
super disappointed.
It's true.
It might. You know what? Oh man, I don't know.
I like The Shape of Water
I
as
loved The
winning.
Shape
I
of
like Lady
Water.
Bird and Get Out. Those are like, I would be fine with that.
I don't know what I know what I want to win is Lady Bird, just for overall
Sure.
presentation, acting, screenwriting, directing, all of those
Mhm.
elements, like the big three. I think you need present to be able to win Best Picture, because that's the Best Picture needs to be like everything worked. There wasn't a thing
Yeah,
that you would
you're right.
change, you know.
Everything did work.
And I would honestly, I'd love to see it for Shape of Water. I thought the movie was a beautiful love story and like a modern tale of like Beauty and the Beast, kind of,
Mhm.
but it was told in its own world. They created a world for this, so I would love to see The Shape of Water. I'm really glad
agree.
that Get Out was nominated. I'm not sure if I would consider it Best Picture,
True.
but I think all the other elements of it were present. But again, they hesitate to give it to like horror films or thriller films, so I don't know if it's gonna win. But I think they did want to nominate it to like recognize it. I don't know.
It's an interesting year. Interesting year.
Who do you think's gonna win?
I think Three Billboards is gonna win.
I would die.
I don't want it to.
If
I don't
Darkest Hour
know.
wins anything, I'm gonna fucking riot. Okay.
Well,
I will scream in the
Okay.
streets.
Please give us a video of that when you do that.
It is gonna be a reaction. No, like that.
Good.
Yeah.
Very good. So that's it, guys. We went through the Oscar nominations.
Those are Oscar noms.
Next week, we're going to be talking about what things we are, or not next week because I'm in Hawaii. So the week after that, we're going to be talking about what movies we are looking forward to this year, 2018. There's a few on my list that I'm looking forward to. And I feel like people ask me all the time if I ever do an AMA. It's like, what are you looking forward to this year? And I'm like, I hate that question. So now I'm going to do a show about it. So I can be like, watch the show. You can know now. Now you know.
Yeah.
If you don't know, now you know.
Now you know.
Now you know.
The more you know, the now you know. Hashtag not Meryl.
Yes. Hashtag not Meryl. Get that trending. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us today. And Stacey, where can everyone
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram and Snapchat at Stacey O. Howard. No E, no I, just Y.
Very nice.
Where can we find you, Brian?
You can find me all day, every day on Twitter at Miss Movies and hashtag not Meryl. All right, we will see you all next time.
Bye.
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 Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye.